Hello, another day, another OnlyFans video. As you can tell by my Vlogmas situation, I'm doing as many videos as I can this holiday season, all about OnlyFans, about business, everything going on in life. A TikTok came up on my For You page that sparked this video. Today we're gonna be talking about why you're not gaining any followers on OnlyFans. I have been doing OnlyFans for, I wanna say 4 years now. I started in 2019 and I've had a roller coaster of a ride on OnlyFans. I've gone through many waves, some good, some bad. After watching this certain TikTok, it inspired me to talk about why I think you might not be succeeding on OnlyFans. Overall, this TikTok was talking about TikTok. It wasn't really talking about OnlyFans or any other social media platforms, but it was specifically talking about TikTok, and it said that the algorithm has been changing, and if you can't tell, people aren't going as viral as they once were. When TikTok really had its launch, especially during the pandemic, you could post a TikTok and really about anything, about dancing. Even if you weren't a dancer, you could post a TikTok that was funny and goofy and it would get a good amount of views. And that isn't really the case anymore. It has to be more than just a funny video for it to get any views. Even people who have been on the platform for so long, getting views, have built up their following, aren't getting the same views that they used to. And what is happening is that the algorithm is changing. No one's really sure what is going on, but everyone has their theories and everyone has, you know, the new tips and tricks on how to grow on TikTok. And the reason why we're talking about this is very important, so stick with me. Some people say, oh, it's gonna go back to the way it was. Some people say, nope, it's changed. Some people say you must have a niche. Some people say you don't need a niche, you need to be the niche. If you box yourself in, then no one's really gonna give a fuck about you. They're gonna care more about the type of content you're making rather than the person itself. And so your longevity won't last, because once you run out of ideas about this certain topic, you won't have anything to show for yourself. There's tons of different things that people are saying, especially about TikTok. But it got me thinking about other platforms, and especially OnlyFans, where people are having a harder time nowadays to grow and gain a following. And the reason is because social media. Everyone's trying to find this big how to gain on OnlyFans as fast as possible, and what's the best technique and method. And a lot of my students, if you don't already know, I teach students on how to be successful on OnlyFans. A lot of my students, especially when they're getting started, they're like, what am I doing wrong? How come I'm not gaining as fast as everyone else? And the thing is that you've started a little bit later. And it's not to say that you can't grow on the platform today, but you are gonna have to work probably 10 times harder than somebody who started in 2020 doing OnlyFans. It's how social media's algorithm is working right now. And on any platform that you take a look at, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, there are a lot of things going on that are deterring you from growing quickly. So if you think about Twitter, a lot of changes have been made, and I'm sure the algorithm has been fucked in the process because of everything going on with Twitter. If you don't already know, you should just Google what's going on with Twitter. If you don't know, you're probably living under a rock, and you're not gonna thrive on OnlyFans if you're living under a rock. And if you think about Instagram, all these social media platforms are really fighting for our attention, and we're fighting for an audience's attention. And the constant battle between us trying to find ways to grow on these platforms and them constantly changing the algorithm so that we don't know how to grow is what's causing this friction and what's causing us to have a harder time to grow. Now, let's relate this back to OnlyFans. Like I mentioned, people are looking for this like get rich quick option for how to grow on OnlyFans. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I've said it multiple times, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be like it was in 2020. There are a lot of videos on the internet saying how I grew without a following on OnlyFans. And if you watch those videos, they make some money. They make some good money sometimes. But what they did was they found marketing techniques to market their OnlyFans. Whether they had social media or they started a social media, their job was to market the product, to sell the product to the customer, which is the buyers and the subs. That's what they did. So whether it's on Feet Finder, whether it's on Chatterbait, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whether it's on Friendly, they're putting themselves out there on the internet over and over and over again to find the following that they want. Your product, which is your OnlyFans subscription. The number one tip is to be a marketing team, to do research on marketing, to find YouTube videos. It doesn't matter what type of marketing it is. Find tips on how to market a product and figure out how you can do that with your OnlyFans page. And then find platforms where you can do that. And then once you do that, once you figure out how you're gonna market it, once you figure out where you're gonna market it, you have to put in the hours, put in the work, and force it upon a customer. It's the same, and I've mentioned this before. Think about a Tide commercial. I remember when I was a kid, Tide commercials would come on and the same commercial would play every time there was a commercial break. It would play over and over again. I would see it hundreds of times in a week. And finally one day as an adult, I go to the grocery store and I buy Tide because it's been drilled into my head. That's what you have to do with your platform. That's why I say you have to be on all social media, whether you like it or not, whether you're a no-face creator or not. You have to be on social media, and whether you have a following already or not, you have to be on there. You have to build it up, you have to grow it, and it's gonna take time. You cannot compare yourself to people who have been doing it for years or who already had a following for years before they even started their OnlyFans. You probably won't get your first follower for a while unless you really put in the hours, you really put in the work, you're messaging people, you're commenting on people, you're engaging in the platform. Each of these platforms, whatever platform it is going to reward you for being on the platform and engaging in the platform. So that is your best, most important tip. Whatever platform it is, that is the most important thing. Another thing that I want to mention, why you're not gaining, whether that's on any of the social media platforms or on OnlyFans, is that your content sucks. If you look at your content and you compare it to someone who's doing better than you, besides marketing, you need to think about what your content looks like. I'm not talking about your OnlyFans content. I'm talking about your marketing content. Whatever you're putting on social media needs to be 110%. It needs to be better than everybody else's. You need to be constantly putting out content 5 times a day, 6 times a day, 7 times a day. You need to be posting on every single platform, and it needs to be 100% better than anybody else's that you're seeing. Or why are the subs gonna sub to you? They don't know who you are, they don't care, and at the end of the day, your content, people come to me all the time and they're like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Your content isn't good. You're putting out content that makes no sense. Don't be creative. Don't be creative. Until you have established a community, until you've established a following, don't be creative. Create stuff that you know will go viral. Create stuff that you know is good, that people like. Follow other girls, follow other creators, and create whatever their top videos are. Go to their YouTube channel, go to their TikToks, find the best performing content and recreate that. Don't be creative. I think a lot of us know that our stuff isn't good. We still expect greatness from content that's not good. I think that's something that I've had to work on. The best thing you can do for yourself is 1, teach yourself marketing tips, and 2, compare your content to content that is performing well on whatever platform you're on. Do your market research. Make sure that whatever you're putting out into the world is better than others, so that if a potential follower does come around and sees your content, they're inclined to follow because it's better than what they've seen before. If it's worse, no one is going to follow you. No one is going to care. It's a hard reality, it's a hard truth. Another thing that you have to realize is it's not your camera, it's not your phone, you need a better phone, you need a better camera, it's not your lighting, it's not this or that. The problem is, all you need is natural lighting, a phone that has a camera, a tripod maybe, and then you need to do your market research and make sure that whatever content you're about to put out makes sense for the following that you want to get. One thing that stuck with me from one of my podcast episodes was my friend Camden, Cami Scott on YouTube. she was on my podcast, and something that stuck out to me was I asked her about her success, and she told me one thing that really stuck with me. She said, look at your followers. Are they the people that you want to follow you? Look at the type of content you're creating and who would follow that. And is that who you're trying to attract? If you're making content on social media that doesn't attract the right type of person for what you're looking for, which would be your OnlyFans, you want people to subscribe to your OnlyFans, maybe you shouldn't be, trying to entice people that are not interested in OnlyFans. Do your research and find the right audience, make the right content, and push that out as much as possible. I think this video really encapsulates everything that you need to know about any sort of business, especially any online business. Know who you're trying to target, find good marketing tips, make incredible content, and then shove that shit down people's throats. That's what you gotta do. Now, to shove this down your throat, as I mentioned, I have an online mentorship program where I teach you how to grow a full-time business on social media and specifically OnlyFans. If you want all my best tips and tricks on how to do so, please click that link down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.